Hello everyone, Rich here, welcome back to the channel. Once again, we're back in FIFA 20 career mode with the manager's journey. I hope you're all well and having a great day. I'm looking forward to this game against Bournemouth that's coming up. But before that, let's show you what else we've got in store today. So starting off, we've got the game against Bournemouth, and then on transfer day we've got the game against Grimsby. Obviously Bournemouth's the one that I'm going to play. Grimsby is going to be highlights, and also there's a game against Coventry in the checker trade that's probably going to be highlights as well. In terms of matches, I think that will do for us today, but alongside the matches we've also got this to look at. So this is a short list that I've put together in the background. Obviously, if you watch the second episode, you'll know that left back is a real problem position for us. Not so much this season, but going into the next one for sure. So the first player here we got is Brandon Mason from Coventry. He's got medium and high work rates, which is not too bad. Also, he's left-footed, which is a bonus. His athletic stats are not too bad. Technical ones as well. Looks like he could be pretty well rounded, but we obviously need our scout report back. To follow is someone that I've been looking at as well. Pretty much the same as Mason, to be honest. Nice, well-rounded player. Rico Henry actually used to play for Warsaw. One thing that I do like is he's got high work rates. He's also a really good athlete. He's got decent acceleration and sprint speed. Balance is good, his jumping's good, his stamina's good, strength's good. His technical stats could do with a bit of work, but they'll soon bump up during training, no doubt. Underneath Rico we've got a beta. He's just a nice, well-rounded player. His couple of stats there, the speed dribbler and the early crosser. From there we've got Giles, who he actually looks like someone for the future. He's 19, high medium work rates. Yeah, he's got really good potential speed and acceleration. The rest would have to be worked on, but he would fit into plans for the system that I've got in the future. So yeah, he's definitely someone that I'm high on. Underneath him we've got a complete scout report, for McFadden. And McFadden he fits in the trend today. Nice and well-rounded Scottish left back. And at the bottom we've got Benning. Benning again, decent athlete, nice well-rounded technicals, and also he's got a power free kick and long shot taker for his traits. So that's who I've been looking at the minute. Obviously we need all of the information back before making any moves, and also I wanted to show you the youth academy stuff that we've got available, so we'll head over there now. Right, so here we are. Oh, my mistake, no, I don't want to call mine back. Right, we've got in here two that have caught my eye straight away. First one is Fedor Vorobyov from Russia. I think that's how you say that anyway. 4-star experience, 3-star judgment, 810k. And also the guy at the very bottom, again, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Terje Odegaard from Norway. Same stats, same price. So what I'm thinking is, if we spend the 800k, we've got just under $1 million left. So I'm hoping that the players in the shortlist, when we look at the scout reports, will be less than $1 million, basically. Because what I'd like to do is get a left back, so we know that that's sorted. But also, I still want to bring down the average age of the team. So to do that, we're going to need young players, and I think realistically, with the money we've got available, the youth scouts and the academy is the only way we're going to manage to do that. But anyway, that's the scout report sorted, so let's head over now into the match against Bournemouth. Okay guys, so here we are for Walsall against Bournemouth. Walsall to get us underway. As you could see in the graphics, there's no doubt I had to go with the strongest team today. The only change for me was putting Facey in at right back instead of Roberts, because in the last game Roberts' passing was just not good enough. It played us into trouble a few times. Bournemouth in already here with Callum Wilson. It does come to nothing, but that's an early warning sign now for Walsall, no doubt. I think he was actually just offside. Yeah, he was. But again, warning signs there for Walsall. Free kick here for Bournemouth for the offside that was just given against Holden for Walsall. Bournemouth moving the ball around nicely here. Brooks has got it. He's laid it back off to Stacey. Down Walsall's left side, back to Brooks. It's into King here. He turns the left back, he's knocked him out the way, he was just too strong, and this time Wilson does get in. Walsall's keeper has no chance. The defender's got to be stronger there. King just went shoulder to shoulder with him, knocked him clean out the way. Played a lovely little ball to the front post for Wilson. Defender doesn't even see him move, he tries to react, but by then it's just too late. You see it better here. I think it's Clark who tries to make the challenge, but yeah, like I said, it was too late. Keeper stood no chance from there, and just like that, it's Bournemouth 1, Walsall 0. It has been coming. That's a few times now. Wilson, has got in, and this time he has made Walsall pay. And it's Walsall to get the game back underway. They've got the ball here with Sinclair. He's got a bit of room. He's put it out to Guthrie. Nice challenge from the defender, but it's still with Walsall with Lavery. That's a lovely little ball through to Guthrie, and Walsall have a corner. And all of a sudden the noise in the stadium's gone up just that little bit, and we've got a replay here again of Wilson's goal. Again, keeper no chance. Defender left it too late to recover, and it made it 1-0. But can Walsall do anything about it here? We're just waiting on the ball to come in. It needs to be a good one from Guthrie. Here it comes. Keeper's punched it clear. Walsall still have it though. It's recycled. It's back with Guthrie. It's gone into Holden, and he's just been muscled off the ball as well. And Bournemouth start playing it out from the back. Walsall have the ball here with Jules down that left side. They've knocked it back into Sinclair. Patience here from Walsall. They're just playing it sideways at the minute. Facey has it. He's knocked it back into Guthrie. Hardy's gone for the 1-2. Lavery chooses to ignore him. Sinclair's made a clever little run there, and he scored. No way, Walsall are back in the game already before half time. Lavery was patient with the ball. He ignored the run that Hardy made. He saw Sinclair come in. That was a beautiful work goal. We'll see it better here. He just waits and waits and waits. Sinclair makes an unseen run just behind him. Lavery puts it on a plate for him. Sinclair, and normally you'd probably see him go for the little finesse there, but he absolutely smashes it past the keeper. Eddie Howe upset. Walsall back in the game, thanks to Stuart Sinclair. And it's Bournemouth to get the game back underway. They're moving the ball a lot quicker here already. But here we go, Walsall have the ball back again just in front of the halfway line. They got it with Sinclair, with Hardy. He's come a bit deeper to pick up the ball. He's laid it off to Holden. Back to Clark. Walsall just knocking it around nicely here. Jules has got it now. Back to Sinclair, into Hardy again. Guthrie's made another nice run. He's laid it back off to Lavery. He's beat his defender. He's beat another defender. He's poked it back through for McDonald. It's on the edge of the box for Jules. Sinclair again. Guthrie. He's laid it out to Hardy. Hardy's had a shot. Is it going to come to Lavery? No. He went back out to the defender. And Walsall just playing the ball again along the back line here. They've been really patient and had a lot of the ball in this first half, Walsall. Lavery's just laid it off to Holden. He's played the ball inside the fullback for Facey, and it's another Walsall corner just before half time. The fans are up on their feet. Guthrie's go back on the corner. He's put it in. Keeper's punched it clear again. Sinclair nods it back to Clark. Has a goal, but it's straight at the keeper. But Walsall have got to be pleased with this first half display, considering the level of opposition that they're playing against. Bournemouth have just switched the ball right out to their right hand side. It's brought down nicely by Stacey, but he does nothing with it. It's back with Jules now for Walsall. He's just popped it forward to Sinclair, who's just knocked it right for Guthrie, and that will be half time. Walsall's manager Richard Harley is going to be a lot happier going in at half time than Eddie Howe. It's Walsall 1, Bournemouth 1. Here we go in the second half. Bournemouth have started half the lot better of the two sides. They're moving the ball a lot quicker now. It's out on it's with Lerma, Gosling. It's all 1-2 stuff. It's knocked out to Brooks to Stacey. Back to Brooks, back to Stacey. The cross comes in. It's headed clear, but Bournemouth have started this half with real intent. However, Walsall now have the ball back. It's with Scar. He's played it out to Jules. He's put it inside to Sinclair. Out to McDonald. Back inside to Hardy. Back to Sinclair. Nice ball movement here from Walsall. Guthrie's played it through to Lavery. Lavery's just running around with it looking for an option. Sinclair's gave him one. Sinclair plays it out to the right to Guthrie. It's with Hardy now. Hardy's popped it into Guthrie, back to Hardy, back to Guthrie, and it is 2-1. That is unbelievable football from Walsall. All the way back from their own keeper, they just kept it. Eventually he found the gap to play it forward. It was a great little interchange between Hardy and Guthrie. We'll see it again here. Great ball from Guthrie to Hardy, does the right thing, pulls it back, and there's no mistake from Guthrie, just side foots it straight into that bottom corner. Keeper no chance, and Walsall take an absolute shock lead here against Bournemouth. The manager is beside himself. Eddie Howe's furious, but on the balance of play, I would have to say they have deserved it. Walsall have been a much better side. Bournemouth started the half the stronger, but have faded, and Walsall just kept their composure, and they now have a 2-1 lead. Defender heads it clear, but it's come straight back here to Brooks. Brooks has knocked it inside to King. He's had a shot, and that is a brilliant save from Walsall's keeper. He's pretty much been a spectator in this half, but this shot was going right in the bottom corner from King, and that is a good hand from the keeper. Great concentration there. That is as big as the goal the other end. Bournemouth whipped the corner in. He'd gone for the front post, but he didn't beat the first man. Bournemouth fans here trying to wheel them on. They've got another corner right at the end of the game. It's Wilson to whip it in, and it's headed clear. Again, it's in the keeper's hands now. Surely that's going to be game. There's only 5 minutes left. You have to wonder how many more chances Bournemouth are going to get. Walsall have started playing it out. They're keeping it again. They're just keeping it. It reminds me of the second goal, to be honest. Lavery's got it here. He's played it out to Holden. Holden's beat his man. He's tried to come inside. He's come into numbers though. But that might just be all the time. It is. Walsall have took a shock win and move on to the next round in the Carabao Cup at the expense of Premier League Bournemouth. The two managers there shake hands. I bet Eddie cannot believe they've lost this game. But Walsall were brave. They played their own game, the same type of game we've seen them play all season. And it worked out. 2-1 Walsall. Unbelievable scenes. Right guys, I thought this would be a good place to put in a post-match conference, not to answer the questions that the game asks, but just to give you my thoughts on the game. Even though we were against Premier League opposition, I just wanted to use this as a free hit basically, to not drop any deeper, to not narrow the formation, to give them that kind of respect being a Premier League team, but to just go out there and play our normal game the way we play in the league and just see how far off we actually were. To my surprise, we played really well. We had most of the ball. We were quite comfortable in defence. We created a few chances, not many, but we were against the Premier League team and we were clinical when we did create them, which is always good to see. So yeah, overall pleased with the team, really pleased, and pleased with the result obviously, and we'll see who we get in the next round of the Cup. Okay, so after that win, we've come back to the shortlist. We've had a lot of the information back off the scouts, and I'm just going to go through the players now, see who I'm going to keep and who I'm not. Regrettably, we haven't got the information back on all of them, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, you can just see here, I'm just going through them all, weeding out which ones I think overall are going to be the best options. At the moment, we've kept Mason. We're looking closely at Tofolo, but we haven't really learned anything that I didn't know the first time about him. We end up actually getting rid of him because Mason had another 3 years on him in terms of age. So we're looking at Rico now. I would really like to sign Rico back, but I don't want to make any rash decisions at the moment. A beta, another solid option, but again, thinking about a beta, I didn't want to do anything rash, but Mason, again, he's younger than him. Same here with McFadden. I'm not really feeling him. Benning, he's so well rounded. He looks a really solid player. Would probably fit straight into the first team, as would Mason, so I'm not too sure on him yet. Rico, again, I really don't want to take him off the list. It's looking at the moment between, to be honest with you, Mason and Benning. Giles, I might leave on there for the future. I was actually quite shocked when I looked at how cheap both of these players were. I think it might be a case of which one I can get for cheaper, because in the back of my mind I'm still thinking I want that other youth team scout if he's actually still there at this point. The fact that Rico is over 2 million, I just can't afford that at the moment, so he's going to have to go. A beta 1.1, we still don't have all of the information, would be a gamble. Giles here, only just over $250,000. What I was on about earlier, I do eventually want to move the defensive line a bit further up the pitch, and Giles would be a really good option for that. So I'm going to give him a bit of time, see what his final scout report says, and keep him in mind for the future. But for now, that'll do. I don't want to make any rash decisions, so it's time to get into the Grimsby game. Okay, so we're back after the Grimsby game, which the scoreline flattered us a little bit. I was much more impressed by the result than I was the performance, which I was kind of somewhat expecting. I was worried that Grimsby could be a bit of a banana skin after the highs of the Bournemouth game, but thankfully we did go and get that result. What I'm doing now is just having a look and seeing what impact signing one of these left backs will actually make on the team. And at the moment, what I'm thinking of is Jules moves into centre back, left centre back, being left footed. It'll be much more a natural thing for him to receive the ball and just move it along, which is what we're trying to do here. Unfortunately, that means I'll have to break up that partnership that I was happy with, Scar and Clark at centre back. But Scar will just simply drop to the bench. That means Sadler sadly has to drop to the reserves, and I have noticed that we have a number of centre backs in the reserve. So what I'm gonna do now, I think, is put all of them, since we're in transfer deadline day now, on the transfer list and see if we can actually go ahead and move any of them on. We really don't need that many, and it would be a real pain trying to give them all games. Now, as you can see here, I'm going in for Benning. I did already make an offer for Mason that did get accepted, but for some reason the footage of that has disappeared. The Mason offer I managed to get accepted was for 700,000 plus Sadler in the deal and a 5% sell-on, so that totaled 890k. So if we can get Ben in here for cheaper than that, then obviously he's the one that we're going to move forward with. We're just trying to do that deal now. Again, we're going to offer a centre back. Let's just see who we've got here. It would be a lot easier if we can do it here instead of having to rely on an offer coming through for them in the last few hours of the transfer market. Again, it's Sadler that we've decided to go with. If they accept this, it will hopefully take a huge chunk out of the transfer fee, saving us more money again. Unfortunately though, I don't see the box at the bottom of Sadler's name there, so it doesn't look like they're going to be willing to go through with this one. I don't know if they don't. No, they don't. Do we try another player, or do we just go with the transfer fee? Let's see what we've got in terms of fullbacks here. I mean, we could get rid of Little. I don't really see an offer coming in for him. He's on the loan list. He has been since the beginning of the season, and we've not had an offer for him. So maybe we can just go ahead and get him off the books here. The box has appeared underneath his name, which is a good sign. I know it's not going to take a lot off the value that they're asking for him, but it does get us another wage off the books, no matter how small it is. So they want Little plus 436,000. I'm going to go ahead, I think, and see if we can get that down to a flat 400. If they can go for that, then I think it's still done. I'm happy with that. Let's just put it in now, see what they say, submit offer. Obviously he's saying we don't want to play hardball, but I think 400's fair, plus a player, so let's see what he says. Yeah, he's happy with that as well. He's not walked out on me, which is always a good thing. So there we go. It looks like we're going to go ahead with Benning rather than Mason. I am going to keep the Mason deal there in the background though, just in case I manage to mess this up and he walks out on us. Here we go then, let's see if we can get ourselves a new left back. This would be a massive deal, not so much for this season but definitely for next season. So I really don't want to mess this up, and he's basically costing us just half of what it would have been to get Mason. So he wants a crucial squad role, which I don't normally like giving out, to be honest, but if we do get someone or Cockrell improves better than him, we can always go and get ourselves a new left back, and there's no sell on clause in this one, so it's not as big a deal as it would be if we were sitting here with Mason. Next up, it's how many years he wants, and he actually wants 3. I'm going to go ahead and change that to 4, just because why not. He should accept 4, I would imagine. They usually do. Let's have a look. He's nodding his head, which is always a good sign. Is he going to accept 4? He is going to accept 4. I don't know why he just couldn't tell me himself. He'd already nodded his head yes. Instead his agent has to do the talking for him. But yeah, he's accepted the squad role. He doesn't want a release clause, which is a good thing because I would have just denied him that anyway. And now I'm going to start looking at his money. At the moment he's on 4.1, but he does want to be a crucial team member, so I'm guessing there's not going to be much giving that, but I don't want to just offer him more. Instead, what I'm actually thinking is I might offer him a bit less and sell on clause, since we got him for a lot cheaper than I was actually expecting anyway. First of all, let's see if he will even accept it. I'm really hoping that by offering him less I don't make him walk out on us. Let's just pop it in here. I'm only gonna knock the 100 off just to keep it as a flat 4. Offer him the 40k. Hopefully he'll accept that. If he does walk out, we've still got Mason, but that means we're gonna have to spend a lot more money than I would actually like to. So let's see what he says to this. Go on, you know you want to sign it. There we go. He's happy with that. So we have ourselves a new left back, guys. Should go straight into the first team with no problem as well, like I was showing you earlier. It means, unfortunately for Mason, we don't need him anymore. We'll actually be playing against him next, funnily enough. Let's go and put a new left back into the team. So there it is, guys. Benning next to Jules on the left hand side of the defence, as you can see there. What I'm going to do now is just pop into the squad hub. We're actually going to terminate Pring's loan. No, it doesn't. We don't need him. It didn't cost too much to do that either. If it did, I wouldn't have bothered doing it. Now I'm just going to pop over to the youth academy and hire a new scout. It was between Vorobyov, if that's how you say it, and Odegaard. I think I'm going to go for Odegaard. I don't know why, I just felt like going for him. And since we've already got a scout in England, I'm just going to go north and send one up to Scotland. And we're already looking for the midfielders that the board wants us to do. The next problem area was obviously attacking and creative, so we're going to look for some Wonder Kid wingers. And now that's took care of, we'll just get rid of these emails here, and we will now go over to the squad hub and put all of those reserve defenders that we don't want to keep on the transfer list. Starting with Leak here. Actually he's already loan listed, so we'll leave him like that. Roberts is young and looks decent for the future. Sadler, even though he's only got 11 months on his contract, if we can get rid of him, he can go. Same here with Liddell. And I think for now that is it for putting them on the list, and it's just a matter of counting down the transfer deadline day. Hopefully we will get some offers. There's a notification that's popped up there. Is it for an offer? No, that's actually for Brandon wanting to join the team, but obviously we have no need to do that now. I don't even think we could afford to do that now, to be honest. So we'll just get rid of that and keep the clock ticking. Only 2 hours in and over $250 million been spent already. That is crazy. Josh Gordon. Someone wants Gordon. Even though that I'm not a fan of his, he can't go at the moment just for the complete lack of options that we've got going forward. So again, we'll keep the clock ticking, and we have yet another email. Hopefully this is for one of our defenders, but no, it's Mason saying he's basically not going to wait any longer. I've just noticed that Pogba's gone to Real Madrid for 103 million, which is absolutely crazy. We're down to 5 hours now, still no word on the defenders. 4 hours and we're now at over $500 million spent as well, which again is absolutely nuts. Down to 3 hours, still no sign of a notification. Down to 2 now. Still no, it's not looking good, guys. I don't think we're going to be getting rid of any of the defenders. An hour left, there won't be time now anyway. We've got 3 now. Now the transfer deadline's run out. Let's just have a check what they are. Oh, actually, sorry, we got a bit of training first. We're going to stick with Cockrell and Hardy for this. And wow, what a set of results that is. B, the lowest. I don't think I've ever seen that, to be honest. And Cockrell's now up to 61. I might actually take him out once he reaches the same level as the new left back, because the new left back I think did need some technical stats. We'll see though. There's definitely no way that I'm selling the keeper. We wouldn't have one for next season if I did that. And the academy report, I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, with Mason. Only being a 48 overall, and now his potential's dropped to 90 as well. We'll just keep an eye on him for now. He's only 15 anyway. And all that's left to do now, guys, I think, is round off the episode with some highlights of the Coventry game. We do have a press conference. I might actually do that one. We haven't done one for a while, so yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I'm gonna leave you like I did last time with the highlights of the game. So after this press conference is done, and the game's done, that'll be the end of the episode. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Again, for any future improvements that you want to see, anything that you want changing, the comment box down below is there for that. Yeah, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Thanks again. Bye.